In this video, we will be covering how to catch yellowfin croaker, a top surf species that fight well and are becoming increasingly popular. We'll first show where yellowfin croaker are found. We'll then look at the best conditions, followed by how you can use some key methods to maximize your chances. We'll then look at an ideal tackle and gear setup for the species, followed by some top yellowfin croaker baits. So where can we find yellowfin croaker? You can find them as far south as the Baja Peninsula and throughout the Gulf of California, leading all the way up through the SoCal coast up to the Point Conception area past Santa Barbara. It's possible to catch them north of here, but your chances of landing them are higher in the south. So what are ideal yellowtail conditions? Along the Southern California stretches, they are very much a summer species, with the majority of catches being caught between May to September, with June to August being the peak period. During winter, they will head back down to southern waters around the Baja Peninsula and beyond. It's possible to catch them along the California stretches in winter, but they will more likely be found within sheltered bays and the mouths of estuaries. Yellowfin croaker love good tidal flow to the water, so will feed better on larger sized tides. They will feed during the flood tide, but will also feed readily throughout the ebb. Dawn and dusk can be an excellent time to target this species. They will prefer calm, settled conditions, so avoid targeting them during stronger onshore winds. When surf fishing from the beach, it is better to target them when there is still some daylight present, as they will tend to retreat to deeper water during the hours of darkness. So what casting tips and other methods will we need to give us the edge? This species will tend to be out in slightly deeper water compared to other surf fish. Typically, they will be hooked just behind where the surf begins to break. Therefore, one of the top features to cast to are sandbars, or specifically, behind them. Ideally, you will want to find the deepest areas, such as troughs or gullies, as well as holes or depressions that act as deeper bowls where food will gather. If casting distance is an issue, be sure to use piers to your advantage. As yellowfins do not tolerate wave action that is too rough, always remember that you often will have the option to fish the more sheltered larger bay areas, which can give protection from the wind. Now we will show you just one suitable tackle setup you could use for this species. As we may need a little distance for our casting, a long enough rod with moderate action and some reasonable casting weight will keep our options open, especially during slight onshore winds. For bait fishing, try to use a rod that falls somewhere within the ranges shown here. A spinning or fixed spool reel of around 4,000 size will be all we need. Mainline doesn't need to be heavy, but ideally you should have a little strength when casting any weight. 15 pounds minimum breaking strain is a wise choice. Consider scaling up to 20 pounds if using braid. If you are using power cast techniques or you are simply using weight at the higher end of the scale, you should absolutely use a casting leader to handle the strain of the casting weight. Remember to use 10 pounds of breaking strain for each ounce of lead you intend to cast. With the extra distance in mind, you could actually use a number of different rigs, though as we aren't hitting baits at huge distances, a Carolina rig with some minor adjustments will do the job just fine. First, we need the sinker weight a little heavier. This could be as high as 4 ounces if we need to punch through a head or sidewind. Also, the shape of the sinker will make the difference. We suggest using a drill weight that is bullet-shaped rather than egg-shaped, as these will tend to cast more smoothly. A fluorocarbon hook length will give us visual stealth, abrasion resistance, and will also prevent tangles in any light surf. A slightly shorter length, no longer than 30 inches, will also help our casting distance. Use a J-style hook between size 4 and size 2, depending on which bait you wish to use. Now for some top croaker baits. As ever, sand crabs are one of the best go-to baits, but you have other options including artificial baits such as Fish Bites Easy Flea, as well as soft plastic varieties such as the Gulp sandworm baits. Other top natural baits include mussels, as well as shrimp baits. Croaker will also readily take natural worm baits as well as squid, so you have lots of options. If you'd like to know how to catch Kerbina, surf perch, or California halibut, check out the videos showing now. Be sure to subscribe to the channel to keep updated of future uploads and to show your support. Also be sure to check out the channel page where you can browse through many more videos. We hope to see you again.